Sorry guys, I had a bit of a problem there because I lost some footage. Then in 1965, Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Lvov spent 12 minutes outside in Voskhod spacecraft. In doing so, he performed the first spacewalk in history. However, something that is something many people ignore about the first spacewalk is that it almost turned into a tragedy. When when Alexei tried to return to the capsule, he realized his suit was overpressured to the point where he couldn't fit through the hatch. Excess air, he was able to get back inside. Then, way before Apollo 11, the Soviet Union, way before Apollo 11, and Neil Armstrong had landed on the moon. The Soviet Luna 9 had become the first spacecraft to in 1966. A few months later, after Luna 10, Luna 10 would become the first satellite to orbit the moon. The year 1967 was the most deadliest of both sides. In January, Gus Grimson, Roger Chaffee were killed in a fire ignited in their Apollo 1 capsule while performing a test on the launch pad. A few months later, the Soviet cosmonaut Mir Komarov shoots of his Soyuz-1 capsule failed to open properly following re-entry. In the same year, two more American astronauts, Edward Clifton Williams, were killed in an automobile accident and a plane crash, respectively. Come on. Then, in 1968, another unfortunate accident marked the space race. Yuri Gagarin will lose his life at 34, at age 34. Then, on July 20th, 1969, and later Buzz Aldrin became the first man to walk on the moon, while crewmate Michael Collins orbited the moon alone. Soviet space dominance, the U.S. took the lead and made history by putting successful moon landing of Apollo 11, 10 more American astronauts would walk on the moon from Apollo's 16, and 17. Come on. Hold on. This is so hard. Then David Scott, commander of Apollo 15 mission, became the seventh person to walk on the moon and the first person to drive on the moon. However, to all the heroic astronauts, American and Russian, by placing the so-called fallen astronaut on top of Mount Haiti on the moon. Just before launching the Apollo 15, Scott asked violin artist Paul van Hoekdijk a small aluminum sculpture of an astronaut in a spacesuit to commemorate astronauts and cosmonauts who have died in the advancements of space exploration. Then, what shocked every single astronaut who walked on the moon was a distinct smell. In other words, the moon really stinks. Another fact is Jim Lovell, whom Tom Hanks played in Apollo 13, became the first of only 3 people to fly to the moon twice, having to have flown there twice without landing. Now we all know about the first man in space, and the first man to walk on the moon, but not many are aware of the last man to walk on the moon. Harrison. This is the end of the broadcast, so you can go ahead.